What's up, everybody? We have another breakdown here today. So we have duck shorts wearing Miss Haithcock on the right and Mr. Dang here on the left. So I have not watched this round, but I know these two pretty well and how they spar. And the height difference isn't that significant this time. Usually everyone is taller than Mr. Dang. Miss Haithcock is definitely taller, but not a significant amount. She's also very strong. I just saw a video of her breaking 5 boards with a sidekick the other day, which is awesome. So I'm excited to watch these two spar. Somebody sent me this round a while back. This is probably a couple years old now at this point, and I just haven't really gotten around to watching it. So we're going to break it down together. Here we go. Ooh, that was great. Oh, yeah. So, a sidekick, in my opinion, is the most important kick, and it's really going to establish the distance between you and your partner, and if you let them come towards you or not, okay? It is the fork in the road type of kick of I'm going to control the pace or you're going to control the pace. And if you can really push out a good sidekick and keep your partner off you, you are the one that generally is going to be setting the pace or at least controlling the distance a little bit. So that was an awesome sidekick. So let's go back here. Great chamber, right? The knee is not dipping down. Her chamber is above Mr. Dang's and sticks it right there, right above the belt. That's probably my favorite spot to kick, and then shoves him away, okay? You got to have some strength in your legs to be able to do that, because a lot of times if you're not shoving them away, you're kind of pushing yourself backwards and off balance a little bit. It gets you the distance back, but it's most effective if you're able to put your foot on somebody and push them away from you. That's 10 out of 10. That's awesome. Okay, so what I'm looking at is I'm curious how long Miss Haithcock is going to keep her left foot in front. Obviously, she started with her right leg. That's the one that did that really nice side kick. Her left foot's been in front for quite a while here, so let's go back to when she switches. So she does a spin side kick maybe at 19 seconds, and then keeps that leg in front for quite a while. It's just interesting because normally you might do a spin kick like that, but then you're going to switch back to your dominant side. So it limits what Mr. Dang can do also, because he's thinking she's probably going to switch feet or maybe kick with her rear leg if this is her good leg, but she really doesn't do that. So it's kind of interesting. And he switches feet too. I think most people are more comfortable sparring in a closed stance like this, where they have this is left and this is left. So there's just more targets to the body available, and I think more people are just comfortable in general that way. So he switches feet. He's going a little bit back and forth. So he switched his feet 3 times. Okay, so watch. He's got right foot out, and he steps back, goes left, puts right foot forward, and then left again. So what he's doing is trying to understand what she's thinking about doing with her left leg in front. Okay, so again, if he switches his feet, then it might kind of give away what she wants to do, because when you have your front facing a different side, that's going to take away or open up more options depending what she likes to do. So he's switching his feet very cautiously, and again, trying to figure out, what are you going to do with this left leg in front? Okay, so now she's back to right. Okay, so Pretty decent sidekick. She's kind of punching as she's backing up now. And then Mr. Dang covers that distance that she's trying to create with a rear leg round kick. I couldn't really tell if that landed or not, but essentially, when this kick didn't really hit him, it kind of glanced off him. Now he's inside of her attacking range, right? So she's backing up, and she is backing up to feel comfortable again, okay? And Mr. Dang is saying, no. So he is covering that distance as fast as she's trying to create it, right? Good punches. Okay, so essentially that first side kick seems like that was one of the more effective ones. And now he's essentially living a little closer to her than she would prefer, okay? She's having some trouble keeping him away now. Okay, so she tries maybe an axe kick or a crescent kick or something there. But again, when your leg is at this angle, you can't push somebody back. You got to do it with your foot. So he slides in because she did a crescent type of motion. Now her hand's up and she's kind of punching, but he kind of winds up with the advantage there. So, really for both of them, I look at kicks to the body, like that side kick to the body at the beginning, as I'm trying to establish where I'm going to let you, like how close I'm going to let you get to me. Okay, but that's not where I'm trying to go. I'm trying to eventually kick you in the head. That's like game over to me. Okay, if I get kicked in the head or if I kick somebody in the head, I definitely won that little exchange. So there really hasn't been a lot of legitimate threats to the head in this round. There's been some kicks towards the head that both have avoided, and there's been some punching to the head where they're both jammed up into each other. But I'm telling you, a kick to the head is a different thing than a punch to the head. So they're establishing the distance, just looking like I'm just trying to survive this. You know, and neither one has really taken that extra step and putting their flag in the ground, so to speak, of like, okay, I'm trying to take your head off a little bit here, you know, obviously with control and whatnot, but nobody's really tried that calculated risk to get it. There, maybe a little bit. And her hook kick is quick, but it's not really chambered. So it comes up with a straight leg, and then the knee just bends. So as she does it, it looks, I guess that one makes it look a little bit better, but it's not sold as much as a side kick chamber could be sold as a hook kick, if that makes any sense. So if you chamber it as good as she chambers this kick towards the beginning, where is it? That was a good side kick there. It wasn't as effective as the very first one, though. It's right after this. So, boom. If you can chamber your hook kick like this, and then instead of going here, you go over the shoulder to the head, I think that's when you become really deadly. Or start like this, and then round kick to the opposite side of the head. But if everything can kind of start from here, I think everything across the board would become more of a threat because it all starts the same way. Yeah, I think they're just both being a little safe this round. I think sometimes when you kick to the head, if you did miss or if it was blocked, I do think it kind of leaves you a little bit open. But at the same time, if they don't block it, then you kick them in the head. So it's kind of it's worth the risk. So I would just like to see them move a little closer because I think they're just too far away to realistically kick each other in the head with the way that they're kicking. And just really try to do something that's a little bit more risky. They kind of understand how each other is moving. Mr. Dang's doing a lot of rear leg round kicks and a lot of round kick leg checks. And but just a jab cross and then a kick to the head didn't really exist. A fake to the body and then a kick to the head didn't really exist in that round. It was just a lot of, I'm trying to keep you off of me, but neither one of them was really, I'm trying to just take your confidence away with this kick to the head. When you kick someone in the head, it can really demoralize them mentally because they're just thinking, oh my gosh, I didn't see that coming. What am I going to do now? That kick to the body's good, but he goes right back to that position. And he's still creeping in, walking her down, and then she kind of walking closer, boom, keeping you away. And he's trying to, again, walk closer, sneak in somehow, walk closer, and boom. So she's kicking when he gets so close, okay? So it's one type of sparring. I think she did a pretty good job of keeping him away, but you got to take it to the next level. Once he is away and you have that space, what can you do to set up something bigger? And I think that's kind of what was missing a little bit from both of them. So Mr. Dang, most of the round, is trying to get into her space, okay? But I feel like he wasn't able to do that super effectively. So I think he's got to take a little bit more risks, maybe to trying to hit her somehow or with his movement or something, because a lot of his movement is just, I'm taking these little tiny steps and then she kicks me away. Little steps in, then she kicks me away. I like that the most. This little punch and then rear leg round kick, because he punches to the body and then tries to kick her in the head. I'm not sure if that connects or not. I couldn't really tell. But most of the round, again, he's taking these little subtle steps closer and closer and closer, and then she keeps him away. And that's the majority of what would sum up the round, is to kind of describe it that way. So right there, he sort of avoids that kick, and then he counters with another kick. But look at her position here. She's leaned way back. I think if he would have done more than just that, I think he could have taken advantage of her kind of being on her heels a little bit. But he just sort of did the leg check. And that was about it. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so watch how she's moving. I'm going to swing my leg up. Whoosh. So that's really a test to see if she's going to move, right? Because if she didn't move, 100% that would have hit her. So now he needs to make note, all right, next time I kick, I'm going to do two things. I'm going to do that axe kick or whatever you want to call that, and then maybe into something else. Or I'm going to fake that into the next thing that's going to cover this extra distance that she covered. It was good punches, but it was because they were both jammed up into each other, right? They weren't punches to initiate something. They were counter punches and kind of, oh no, what's happening, you know? So again, just another leg check. A leg check isn't the end game, right? And a leg check should lead you to the next thing, okay? So that was a decent little kick here, but watch, he really he moves a little bit, but yeah, I think really I would like to see just more of those threatening kicks to the head. I think they both were. I think Miss Haithcock did a pretty good job keeping him away. Mr. Dang kept trying to, kind of get inside her kicks, and that was pretty much it. Nothing else really happened in that round. There was no moments of, whoa, I barely escaped that kick, because someone was threatening with certain kicks to the head or whatever, or, I blocked the first, but whoa, they threw 3 or 4 things in a row. I think both of them could have done a little bit more with that stuff. So, overall, not a bad round. They didn't get hit much at all. I thought their movement was pretty good. I thought her side kicks are very strong and effective. It wasn't a bad round. That was my feedback to kind of take what they did to the next level. I think they sparred in the beginning the same way that they sparred at the end. So you kind of want to learn, all right, every time I sidekick him, he's not really moving back. I have to push him to move him back. So now I'm going to double up my kicks, or something. So you want to be able to change the second half of the round from what you're doing in the first half of the round based on whatever your partner's kind of letting you do or not letting you do, right? So anyway, that's a breakdown.